Everyone, quick video here. I am leaving for Bustoberfest. Well, I got to run a couple errands first. I want to get some more diesel for my diesel heater, fill up with gas, and get some groceries. Flying off the cuff this time. I didn't really make a list. I've got a basic idea of what I've brought in the past, so I'm kind of figuring out what works and what doesn't for me meal-wise, which is good. So I'll be leaving shortly, and hopefully do some updates along the way. It's like a 5-hour drive to Bustoberfest in Pennsylvania. Supposed to be good weather, low at 36 tonight, which be kind of chilly, but is what it is. See y'all there. So the roads in Pennsylvania are super curvy, and coming up here is an extreme right-hand downhill turn that I did not expect. It was pretty cool, and I love the sound of the exhaust on the way out. Holy crap. Did not expect that. The beautiful fall foliage only added that much more to this trip along these epic roads. VW. This is an ancient boulder field left over from the glaciers. Amazing to see. I've never seen anything like it. Never seen anything like that before. It's all the way up there. It's on both sides of the road. That's pretty cool. The camp setup was pretty interesting as well. We had 3 campsites, but fit a whole slew of vans in there. Never saw anything quite like that before. But it worked out really well. All the neighbors were great, and we had a good time. Except for this guy.
Morning, Chris here. It is Saturday morning. Had a good day yesterday. Easy drive in. Had a little bit of hesitation, so I'm not sure if that's gas or ignition related, but I did stop and get gas and it went away and came back just once. Might be a fueling issue, I'm not sure. I gotta look into it, but that's what the winter's for, right? Anyway, slept pretty good. Had my 0-degree bag. Didn't even need to turn on the diesel heater. Nice and toasty. It's a little chilly right now. It's 44. It's supposed to get up to 70 today. My friend Steve and I are going up on a hike on the mountain. So we'll be leaving momentarily, so that should be fun. And we'll see what else today brings. Cheers for now.
The hike took us past the giant rock field again, and the path was mostly covered with rocks, so you had to step over or onto the rocks. Lots of fallen trees to step over, and it was quite a uphill hike, obviously on the way up, and extreme downhill on the way down. So that was sort of fun, not really, sort of, yes. Glad I did it. Finally, we got up to the Pulpit Rock, and the views were just incredible. Definitely worth the hike. Next, we went on to the Pinnacle. That was another spectacular view, and we stayed there playing with Steve's radio, doing some Morse code until a group of noisy hikers came with speakers blaring. It was kind of funny because everybody at the Pinnacle kind of groaned when they heard them walking up. So Steve says this is the way down to camp.
Yeah.
So this should be fun.
Yeah. Me and my basement for 5 minutes. Cooking up some cookies.
I didn't know I had knee problems until now.
Well, someone of your advanced age, sir.
Exactly.
I should have taken that into
Yeah,
consideration.
my left knee, I can feel it.
So what do you think? Your honest opinion.
I wouldn't choose to do it again, but I'm glad I did it. It was
All
fun.
right, let's go do it again.
No, I'm not doing that. So I did some thinking over last winter, and I wanted to be a bit more organized. One of the things that has really helped me was these Cyto crates. They're a bit pricey, but they really, really help me in getting organized for camping. I'll make a video on that'll touch on that a bit coming up. I never grow tired of views like this. Bunch of cool vans, leaves changing colors, sound of laughter. Doesn't get much better than this, people.
He lives in Bethlehem now.
Coffee for me is pretty important in the morning, so this time I decided to bring my little French press, which worked out pretty well. Although I had to make 2 of those to fill my mug, but that's okay. It was worth the extra effort.
Yeah, I had one on my pickup truck previous, so he was like hauling stuff with it, and he had these like Firestone airbags that pull the back to the back end of the truck on the side, just like your van, yeah. Yes, exactly.
So here's a little bugger right there. We'll see what they can do with that. So luckily, when I swapped the Mercedes wheels on, I got all these spacers and stuff from T3 Technique, Chris over there. I had the foresight to include 1 set of hex nuts and 1 set of plugs, just in case I got a flat, because the front and the back are different. So that worked out okay. Luckily I had that. Overall, the tire change went really smoothly. I was very nervous because the cars were screaming past me at like 70 miles an hour. I got way off of the tarmac there, so to speak, but it was still a little nerve-wracking. So I kept on watching in back of me when groups of cars would come by, just to make sure that everybody was playing nice and I wasn't going to get smacked from behind and eviscerated. But the stock jack worked great, and my I had taken out the bolt for the spare tire this spring and pumped it up with air, so that was all good. Made it home, no problems, so that's good. If I could leave anybody with a lesson from all this, make sure that you have a spare, make sure that it's got air in it, it holds air, and make sure that if you have aftermarket wheels or different wheels, that you have the right hardware to bolt those on. Very important, because I would be waiting for AAA otherwise. But it took me about 15-20 minutes tops to get the tire changed, get my hands cleaned up, and out the door. Another little trick I like to do is I've got these, not endorsed by them at all, but they work really well. I usually like to wipe myself down when I go to campouts, just to stay fresh. But they worked well at getting the grease off my hands, so that was perfect, and I have them in this little thing right here. So hope that helps somebody. Having the blowout was not as scary as I thought. I just heard the big pop, and then well, let's see, let me start over. I was going about 70 and I heard a big pop, and I thought, oh, that's weird. And then the van started making a lot of noise, and the steering got really mushy. So I'm like, oh, okay. Pulled over, and yeah, sure enough, it was a flat tire. So I've had visions that it would be more dramatic or catastrophic or something when I have a blowout, but it really wasn't, so that's good. Your mileage may vary though, so be careful out there.